able to have access. This is just at the beginning. If we don't handle this well, Mr. Speaker, what it means is that the unemployed youth who are already desperate will end up spending so much money and will still not have access. It will compound their problems. Mr. Speaker, this is a matter that must be addressed, and it's not a partisan matter. It affects you and I in this chamber. You may be an MP in your own constituency, and if your constituent already spent over 2,000 Ghana cedis, 2,000 Ghana cedis, and they don't even know which stage they will get to. And this AI, with this AI generated aptitude test, when they log you out, you need to pay for internet to get access again. Mr. Speaker, sometimes when we are raising an issue that affects all of us, people must pay attention. Don't always misconstrue that when I get up, I'm going purely partisan and attacking your government. Honorable Bua, please bear with me. Listen. Maybe because you are in Accra, you are not going to constituency to know what the youth are going through. So you listen. Mr. Speaker, I would want to suggest.
Yes, minority leader. I agree perfectly with you.
Yes.
You are right to raise this point, but the stage at which you are raising it is what I am worried about.
No problem.
If your application is that we should invite the sector minister to come and explain these issues, that one, I don't have a problem. However, in the absence of the minister you are proposing to be invited, going into details with some specific allegations is what I'm worried about.
We take guidance from you. There's a good reason why you sit in the east of the chamber as a presiding officer. I take a cue and would not belabor the details. Just that, Mr. Speaker, I would pray that in view of the seriousness of this matter, may the minister be invited for a closed sitting for this to be thoroughly discussed so that we will understand exactly the process. But as it is, it's costing so much money and it's becoming a burden on us because constituents are coming to us for money to go and buy access to internet, and then it is becoming problematic. Mr. Speaker, that is issue one. Issue two, Mr. Speaker, the majority leader promised this House in its last business statement presentation that the finance minister will appear before us as a House and fully update us on that policy to reduce producer price of cocoa. Mr. Speaker, can you change the sitting position of the minister responsible for roads? Mr. Speaker, he is sitting in the seat of Honorable Kasia Latufosen. Mr. Speaker, all he does is to make life difficult for me. And the majority leader will never come to my defense because it benefits him.
He's actually encouraging him.
And he encourages him to do that. Mr. Speaker, the majority leader promised that the finance minister will come. Don't misinform him. Mr. Speaker, the majority leader promised this House that he would ensure the Minister of Finance comes here to brief us on that decision to reduce producer price of cocoa. Mr. Speaker, he and I know that in opposition they promised 6,000 per bag. They came, the 3,100 they came to meet. They increased it, then now you reduce it to 2,500. Mr. Speaker, the cocoa farmer in Ashanti region, in Central region, in Eastern region, in Western region, Western North, Oti, Volta, Mr. Speaker, our region, Volta, Bono East, and Ahafo. Mr. Speaker, they are suffering, Mr. Speaker. In other words, Cocoa Equafua or Muwo Ghana. Mr. Speaker, we need the Aswani say, Sebi, price now yet per bag. In Chabamba cost rate almost. How much is so 10 million? Mr. Speaker, why never Kasama Kwaba? Mr. Speaker, to wait.
Minority leader.
Mr. Speaker, to wait.
Minority leader.
I'm explaining it in English.
But with all due respect, you, as a leader of the House, made a statement on this matter. And the statement has been commented upon heavily, if that cannot be described as a debate. So, for me, by the records of this House, you are please sounding repetitive.
Speaker, sorry, but because he made a promise, that is why the promise has become part of the records of the House. So I wanted to remind him.
Yeah, so if he made a promise which he didn't refuse, you have raised that matter.
It's very well.
We need to give you the opportunity.
Mr. Speaker,
why did you fail in your promise?
Mr. Speaker, that is so. Mr. Speaker, that is so. I was only giving a background that, like I said in Tree, Mr. Speaker, like I said in Tree, Koko Ekwafo, Omunim say, say Chiomoka, Omate so 10 million. Says, I want a Becca Sama Koko Ekwafo. Omasa Memobo. Mr. Speaker, I'm saying that who speaks for the cocoa farmer? The cocoa farmer is in a very sorrowful state, a very sorry state. Nobody, the NDC government that is supposed to speak for the cocoa farmer, is not speaking for the cocoa farmer.
Yes.
So, Mr. Speaker, the majority leader will have the chance to respond.
Recognize
Mr. Speaker, our point of order.
The majority.
Oh, okay. But why have you frowned? You are doing point of order, then the way you have folded your face. Mr. Speaker, we are talking about cocoa farmers.
Yes, Majority Leader.
Yeah, Mr. Speaker, we should not convert discussion of business statement, agenda for the week, into substantive discussions of matters involving sector ministers that are not in the chamber to respond, and making allegations and claims that cannot be responded to because the relevant public officers are not in the House to respond. So I think that it's important for us to exercise some discipline in the debate or commenting on business statements so that we don't go on this. Because you see, if you start this way, then we will all have to respond to every single issue that you have raised. Then we turn business statement into a full-blown weekly debate on matters that have not been properly brought to the House. Many of the issues that you are raising are issues that can only be brought to the House through a question, through a statement, and through the minister deciding to come and brief the House. But you go on a tangent of discussing them into details. When the minister comes, will we give the minister the opportunity to respond to everything during business statement? And is that what business statement is all about? We would have bastardized what business statement is all about. So I understand the Friday politics, but there should be some limit to how it is done. There should be some limit.
Majority Leader, I agree with you. Minority Leader, please take it.
Mr. Speaker, in fact, that was my last point. If you had allowed me, I would have completed. But Mr. Speaker, he, the majority leader, should also know that when he gives his word, he must keep his word. When he gives his word, he must keep his word. He promised that, Mr.
Please address the chair.
Mr. Speaker, this is the time that you must show brotherhood. You have seen what he's doing.
I didn't hear him. He didn't speak into the microphone. He's not captured by the handset.
Mr. Speaker, we have a pending motion. the motion on mass dismissal of Ghanaian youth. It's a review application. Mr. Speaker, the majority leader, when it gets to such stage, he wouldn't want to speak into the mic. He's been promising, Mr. Speaker, this is most unfair to the minority. In any serious parliament, the minority must be heard. Then the minority must be heard. Mr. Speaker, that is not enough, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Minority Leader, apparently you are on your feet speaking. And again saying the minority must be heard.
Mr. Speaker, it is not just being, which is national in character. The majority frustrated that motion. Mr. Speaker, it's been over a year. Ghanaian youths who had been in the employ of state institutions, some since 2017, some since 2018, others 2020, 2024. Mr. Speaker, all of them were dismissed en masse. Mr. Speaker, we brought this matter up. We lost our first application. We brought up a review application. It was admitted. We moved the motion. We debated. The majority chief whip did the first contribution for his side. Mr. Speaker, this motion has stayed in our books on the other paper for over 8 months. It's not good enough. Last week, the majority leader promised me and promised the entire caucus that, we'll take it next week. He did the same thing 2 weeks ago. Mr. Speaker, today is Thursday. Tomorrow is Friday. SONA will take place. I'm not sure we'll be able to take it. Can the majority leader confirm whether he would program this for Tuesday? Mr. Speaker, we have waited for far too long. These are employment rights that are constitutional. A right guaranteed by the Constitution. If Parliament cannot speak for these people, which institution can? Who can? Is it because the majority members are not affected by this mass unemployment situation? That those who were dismissed do not come from your constituencies, so you don't mind? Mr. Speaker, it is important we address this thing. My last point, then I resume my seat. Mr. Speaker, we want to know from the majority leader when the Minister for Employment will bring the policy on 1 job 3 shifts to this chamber. Since now ministers are bringing policies to this chamber. It is not enough to talk about a so-called 24-hour economy. Even so, you created a legislation and created a bureaucracy. That's not what we're talking about. The policy on 1 job 3 shifts, which will include putting in place incentives for the private sector. The youths in Ododio constituency, La, Teshi, Nungwa, Adaklu, Boko Central, Efutu, Mr. Speaker, they are all waiting for the 1 job 3 shift. I rest my case.
Yes, I'll give the floor to the Minister for Interior. But minority leader, you are part of the people who made the law to back the policy in this house on 24-hour economy. You contributed to the making of that law. Yes, Minister for Interior.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, whilst driving here, I was listening to the minority leader. Mr. Speaker, this is a house of record, and somebody like the minority leader, anytime he has to speak, it is good that he must cross-check his facts so that he puts out accurate information. Because misleading the House, but no other person than the minority leader is worrying. Mr. Speaker, he spoke about the recruitment process. And Mr. Speaker, without necessarily trying to respond to him for every single thing that he has said, let me say that we have made con men and women very uncomfortable with this recruitment process that we are carrying. People, we all were in this country when a recruitment process led to a COP in charge of HR for the police being dismissed from the police service because of extortion of money. Mr. Speaker, he was talking about the IT firm. I will charge him to go and check with Public Procurement Authority whether each of the services, I'm talking about Ghana Police Service, Ghana Prison Service, Ghana Immigration Service, Ghana Fire Service, did not sign individual contract with the service provider. This is facts you have to check. And you are a minority leader who will be responded to if you write to PPA to find out whether that was done and whether it was done properly. If you are reaching official to any of the services, they will have educated you instead of trying to stand in the Chamber of Parliament and mislead the generality of Ghanaians with your ignorance. Mr. Speaker, he was talking about the aptitude test. There has always been aptitude tests whether you are going to join military or police or fire or any. But what were they doing, Mr. Speaker? They were doing it manually. So you see our children in...
Minority Chief Whip, I'll come back to you.
Speaker.
Yes.
Ordinarily, I wouldn't do this. Honorable Muntaka is somebody I respect. When I came to meet him in office as a senior colleague, as a whip, but Speaker, I'm coming under one. But
Minority Chief Whip, please address the chair.
Yes.
You cannot be responding. Address the chair.
I will not respond. I won't even refer to the orders. I know the specific order to refer to. Order 123. I could come under order 123, 2A, but I will not. So I will rather urge my respected senior, Honorable Muntaka, that to err is human. I mean, bottom line, we can all argue strongly. Sometimes we take strong positions. But let's veer off foul language that will be offensive.
So,
that is all
Minority Chief Whip, you are offended by the use of the word ignorance. Is that not so?
Yes. Because
yes.
you should say clear of such
Minister responsible for Interior.
statement.
You see, we should fast track so that we don't... today we want to close early.
Speaker,
so, Honorable Minister,
Muntaka.
Honorable Minister for Interior.
Mr. Speaker.
Yes, you heard him.
Yes,
he's talking about the use of the word.
Frankly speaking,
ignorant.
I didn't say it an offensive way because if you don't have knowledge about something, you are ignorant about it. But if that's offensive to him, I withdraw that.
Very well.
I was just trying to know that it is something that you can always check. And if you don't check and you are putting what you don't know, you are misleading the people. And since he's not comfortable with the word, fine.
Yes, the word is now withdrawn. So continue.
Mr. Speaker.
If this parliament, in any civilized parliament, something like that, Mr. Speaker, this parliament is civilized. I want you to rule. Listen, Mr. Speaker, this is a very civilized parliament. By that same ruling, the words used by the minority leader that if this was a civilized parliament must be expunged from the record, Mr. Speaker. It must be, because I am in a very civilized parliament. I don't know the parliament you're talking about, so that word must also be expunged from the records.
Yes, Honorable Minister for...
Mr. Speaker, thank you very much. Mr. Speaker, I was talking about the aptitude test. There has always been aptitude test. In 1996, when I tried to join the army, I had to write an aptitude test. Interestingly, I got to medicals, and then someone went and told my mother that I've run to Accra to join the army. And my mother was scared of me joining the army. That's the only reason why I didn't join. Probably now I would have been either an ex-serviceman or would have been in the army. Mr. Speaker, the aptitude test, this is what happens. You physically go to a center, you go and write, and then somebody marks. And during the marking, that's where people used to extort money from these innocent people. I can get you past, I can get that, I can get that. And what the Ministry of Interior tries to do is that to take the human aspect out and make sure that this is done without human interference. Mr. Speaker, he's talking about internet challenges. You are forgetting that every one of them will have traveled from his village to either Accra or Kumasi or Bolga or Sunyani or Takoradi or Cape Coast or Ho to write the exams. Today, we are making it easy that they can sit in the comfort of their home or probably just travel to the next village or the next town or the next neighborhood where there's internet for you to write that. Which one is easier? Now we take out the human interface. What is happening? A lot of the people think that, and Mr. Speaker, because I've been a member of Pan-African Parliament just like you today, I know the majority of Africa have stopped writing exams manually. In the AU system for the past 10 years, if you want to join the AU system, you write an online exams. And people don't know that the camera faces you. Anybody try to assist you, it will take you out because you are trying to cheat. If you try to double log so that somebody will be quoting the question and answering you, the system detects that. It takes you out. So that's why, even with that, we inserted that because we are doing it for the first time, let's give all those who attempted that and disconnected them an opportunity for mop-up. And that is why currently the mop-up is going on. To give them a second time, but 82% of the people went through it without any problem. The 80% who tried doing one fishy thing or the other, we are giving them an opportunity to correct their wrongs, to know that the system is sensitive. You cannot get someone, because first you have to upload your picture, so it knows your picture. The moment I give way for Honorable Mama Yaga to sit and try to continue, it disconnects because that is not me. And that's how the system is corrected. Yes, if the young people of our country, you are saying that they are so ignorant they cannot use internet, please think again. They are smarter than you think. The young people of our country are smarter than you can even imagine. 82% of them have gone through there without any qualms. And it is a better system because it takes away all the human interference and takes away all the corrupt activities that used to go on. I can assure you, the leadership of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama will not sit whilst others go through the hell of drudgery of the process. Others sit home and then they just correct that and the name of so-called protocol, they get dumped when those who qualify go back home. We are taking everybody through the system. You come, you go through the body selection, we check your certificate, you do the aptitude test, you do medicals, because Mr. Speaker, many of our young men go to training and die. But because they sign the undertaking, we don't even talk about it. Many people go for military training, they die. They go for these other services training. And I'm sure most of my colleagues who have been ministers, they will tell you, they go and die because they have conditions that will not warrant them to go for the exercise. Many of them don't, in the past, they won't do it. We are insisting that you have to do all that. So that even if you have to be helped, let's say the minority that wants someone to be helped, he must go through and be qualified before even if you have to be helped, So please, stop deceiving the ordinary Ghanaian. We know what we are doing. We are making sure that all the con men and women are taken out. They don't get the opportunity to cheat. Just last weekend, Mr. Speaker, 2 prison officers were arrested because they were trying to assist 14 applicants through the process. They were arrested. When we started, there were about 4 or 5 arrests. That's why you are not hearing people have been duping others, because we are vigilant and we are watching. Yes, we should know our country has a challenge of unemployment. But in our research agenda, the security services, you must have the minimum qualification before you go in. We are not going to be dumping people there, just like people have done when we came. People with diabetes all were under training. We have to get them out. because they were not qualified to be there. So please, Mr. Speaker, without responding specifically to most of the allegations that he has made, I want to urge the minority leader, anytime you want to speak about things that your colleagues are in charge, please talk to them, get the facts. If you doubt them, put it into writing so that they will respond in writing, so that then you can speak to it. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Minority Leader,
Mr. Speaker,
I want to plead with you so that we focus on the business statement. You see,
Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Minority Leader,
Mr. Speaker,
you see,
he's made some statements
honorable members,
that are personal.
honorable members, please,
Mr.
let's
Speaker,
get it right.
Give me
Honorable Minority
a minute
Leader, please, both of you should hear me.
Very well.
You see, we are considering business statement. We should focus on the business statement. When the business statement is adopted and it is time for statement, then we can get up under Order 93 and raise matter of urgent public importance. Honorable Nitiwood, you just walk in. This response coming from the Interior Minister was attracted by what the Minority Leader placed on record when we are considering business statement. Sometimes it's for a good reason that we try to limit comment on the business statement to matters arising from the business statement. But instead of focusing on matters arising from the business statement, if you add matters that are not included, these are the response that are attracted. That's why I feel strongly that matters relating to business statement must be dealt with, so that if you get to a point where we are going to make statement and you get up that you have a matter of urgent public importance that you want to raise with the leave of the person presiding, you will be given the opportunity to do so, and then the opportunity will be given to another person to also respond to the matter that you have raised. I believe that is the way we should be going.
Speaker, I will do exactly just that. But, Mr. Speaker, I want to put on record that sitting here in this black seat, I am not unaware of the responsibilities. I would never, and the record should bear me out, get up to run down a minister. Neither would I say things that I know I cannot verify. Honorable Minister knows me and knows me. I will not. As you may be aware, Mr. Speaker, I have prepared a full statement, and in fact, I've actually cross-checked. If Honorable Minister had been patient to listen to the exact words I used and how I approached this matter and how I even took a cue from you, he wouldn't make submissions to the fact that the Minority Leader should cross-check and do this, and if you mislead. Mr. Minister, with respect to you as a colleague, I would never take undue advantage of where I sit to run you down or your ministry. I won't do anything to undermine my own credibility. I want the nation to take me serious. And I want you to take me serious. The point I raised was well founded in peculiar facts that when we get the chance to share, you will know that I'm not misleading anybody. That said, I take a cue from Mr. Speaker. I would use the appropriate process to deal with this matter, and I will furnish you with all the records I have and the peculiar facts I'm raising for you to know that I am not being personal, neither am I dealing with unverifiable facts. You may recall that yesterday I beaconed you. I said I wanted to have a discussion with you because I wanted you to even have my statement to read before I do it on the floor of the House. Today I only dealt with key issues about the cost to our constituents. I was not running you down, with respect. So I think you misconstrued the government of the submission I made prior to your entry into the chamber, leading you to think that I am misleading or that I didn't check my fact. All those contracts, I have copies. You have been a minority leader, a chief whip. You know that when we are in opposition, we get information even far ahead than those of you in government. So at least give me that minimum respect that you be here. You know, when I was on their side, there were things that you knew in government that I did not even know. You know. So please, colleague, we are not obstructing. We want to help our nation. So please bear with me. Mr. Speaker, I rest my case.
Yes, my majority leader, please, I will call upon you to respond to the issues raised pertaining to the business statement, and then we move on. Deputy Whip, you know my style, that after giving the opportunity to your leader, I don't look back. You understand? So, with all due respect, please, your leader has spoken. I plead with you. I'm pleading with you. Yes. This microphone is on at the back.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. First and foremost, there was a discussion about inviting the Ministers of Finance and Minister for Agric to come and brief the House on the issues pertaining to the reduced payments going to cocoa farmers. During that discussion, my colleagues opposite insisted on making a statement. And even that day, I pleaded with them to wait until the ministers were in the chamber for them to make the statement so that we could holistically discuss the situation. The minority leader insisted on making the statement even before the two ministers came into the House. Thereafter, I also made a statement, and indeed, I read the entire press statement of the Minister for Finance to this House, making it part of the record of this House. And so I concluded that given that you had already made a statement and we had extensively discussed that statement, there was no need to summon the Minister for Finance and Agriculture to this House to discuss anything relating to cocoa. But any member is entitled to ask a question about cocoa prices. And if Speaker admits that question, if the information requested is not in the public domain, then that minister must come and answer the question. So you know exactly how to get ministers to come to this House. The practice where on Friday, when I present business statement, people will get up and say, they want the minister of this or the minister of that to be summoned to this House to respond to this and that issue. With all due respect, it is not founded in any of our standing orders. It is not founded in any of our rules that on Friday you just get on your feet and say that you want a particular minister to be summoned to come and respond to whatever you think that should be responded to. Where in our standing orders are you founding your request on? The rules are very clear, and I thought everybody understood the rules. So I'm not going to respond to any request that any minister should be summoned here. Now, look at what the minority leader did. Raising an issue about recruitment in a way that amounted to a comprehensive statement about the recruitment. And I think that this is most unfair. The minister responds to you, and instead of admitting your mistakes, you get up and you want to further undermine the minister's statement. The minister said he procured the service, that the various agencies participated, that the whole idea is to remove the human element as much as possible. I have been in this chamber in the last 1 week. We're passing the legal education bill. And the minority leader kept insisting on how we must introduce courses on AI, how we must introduce courses on IT, how all the lawyers must begin to use AI. The same minority leader who is insisting that all lawyers must use AI for their research, for legal work, he is rejecting an attempt by the Minister for the Interior to use IT to resolve a problem that we have been confronted with for years. What double standard is this? That you say that we must move towards removing the human element in order to deal with the problem of corruption, that we must use IT in order to be more efficient, that we must cut the cost of young people who want to be recruited. Everything that the minister has presented points in this direction. He is using IT. He is removing the human element and thereby fighting corruption effectively. And he is making it cheaper for the young people because they no longer have to travel long distances. What else could you ask for? What better arrangement could be put in place? Show me. Mr. Speaker, I think we should be fair to our rules. On Fridays, yes, when there is a business statement, if you think an item should be included, just mention it. But then also don't forget that there are ways in which to get ministers to come to this house. And this Friday calling on me that I should summon the minister, I'm no longer going to accept it because that's not the rules by which we get ministers to this house. Mr. Speaker, I think also that the debate about the numbers that participate in the comments and debates during SONA and the budget came up again at the committee meeting. Because even though the last time it was raised in this chamber, and Speaker ruled that in a parliamentary system, normally both sides are given equal opportunities. But I also know that in a lot of parliaments, every MP has a minimum entitlement. Every MP has a minimum entitlement. Go and scan through the arrangements in most developed parliaments, and you will see that, for instance, when it comes to statements, every MP is restricted to a number of statements. So one MP cannot come and bring 10 statements. No, your slot is 1. And in addition, you are restricted to the time. The 1 slot that you have in every meeting of parliament, you must speak in 5 minutes. So minimum guaranteed opportunities for everybody is guaranteed in every parliament. Because we come here representing, different sides. The more numerous the side that you represent, the more issues that they have that must be put forward. So if you are limited in your time, it makes it difficult for you to put out all those issues. And for me, I'm not saying that every single day that we come to this chamber, that the speaker should say, okay, for every matter that we are debating, let's have proportional representation. No. I said in this special instance of SONA, every member of parliament must have an opportunity to have a bite. And so the arrangement that we have had in the past should be varied. Yes, I raised it before. Yes, an issue was the speaker took a position. But this is a house. This is a house. This is a house. Wait, this is a house. If the house agrees on an issue and votes on it, I don't see how speaker can overrule this house. No. Speaker cannot overrule this house. That is why it is contained in the report of a committee. And when the report of the committee comes, and we vote on that report, and we adopt the report, Speaker is bound by the report of a committee. It's not an issue that I've raised on the house, on the floor that he has ruled on. It is the report of a committee recommending that this is how business should be arranged. And it is within the mandate of the business committee to make those recommendations. So I strongly believe that we should allow members on all sides to have an opportunity. Either we accept what we have proposed, or we revert to a system where when SONA is presented by the president, every single member of parliament should have a given time allocation. Even if it is 2 minutes, if it is 5 minutes, every MP should have a time allocation. That way, everybody is given a fair opportunity to participate in the debate. That is my position on the matter. So we have the proposal of the committee. I must put on record that this matter was objected to by the minority members of the committee. Fortunately for them, there were only two that day at the committee meeting. Fortunately for them, there were only two. There were 9 other members who voted in favor of this arrangement. So this was supported by the committee by a vote, majority decision. We have presented the report to this House. Let the House debate as we have done, and let the House adopt the report. If we adopt the report, I believe that Speaker definitely will accede to the arrangement. I'm not saying it should apply to every deliberation in this House. It is with particular reference to this SONA that is going to be presented to us tomorrow. That is the proposal. And in response to the minority leader's question that I promised to bring the finance minister, and I didn't bring the finance minister. He also promised to bring the former finance minister, and he never brought the finance minister to this House. You promised that you will bring the finance minister as far back as May last year. Why are you running to? Why are you running to? You promised to bring Ken Oforiatta to this House. Did you bring him to this House? He's on his way, coming from the US. He's busy fighting immigration there to stay in the US. Mr. Speaker, I want to urge colleagues that I do understand that there is some advantage gained by your side by giving equal space as my side, which is 2 times your number. In fact, more than 2 times your number. And the reason why I continue to make this argument on my side is that I agree with you that it is not the number of minutes that you have, but the substance of what you say. I agree with that principle. It is a sound argument. But in politics, how much airtime you get is very, very important in your political projection. How much airtime you get. So if my side we are 187, and then we are given the same amount of time that you who are 88, you are given, then it means that you get the same time to project 88, whilst I am compelled to use the same time to project 187. It's clearly unfair. It's clearly unfair, Mr. Speaker, and we are not going to accept it. So this matter, we are going to vote on it, and when we vote on it, it's going to be binding on this House that this particular SONA, we contribute on the basis of the number. Mr. Speaker, that is the position that my side has taken on this one. This is what the committee has recommended for consideration. As for the number of questions that we are scheduling for next week, we agreed to reduce the number of questions because next week we want to have the SONA debate, we want to have the bills being considered, and we want to also have some of the statements that have been pending and advertised for weeks now also taken, and we still also want to create room for the various committees that have referred out to present their reports. So in view of that, we calculated and came to a conclusion that the only way we could do it was by reducing the number of questions so that we can reduce the number of hours that we spend on question time and stick to the 1 hour rule of our own standing orders. So, Minister for Roads, that is why we cut down on the number of questions for next week. I believe all the issues have been responded to, and I urge members to adopt the report of the committee.
Honourable members, save that leadership of the House should engage on the ratio. Business statement as presented is hereby adopted. Honourable members, let me use the opportunity to admonish that today we are talking about every democracy. In every democracy, when the 2 leaders are given the opportunity to speak, we don't look back. Yes, Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, yesterday we referred the Ghana Accelerated National Reserve Accumulation Policy document to the Finance Committee, and we asked the Economic Committee to join them. The report is ready, and so we would just want to lay the report so that we can come back to questions from the Minister for Lands. Just to lay the report.
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, I was actually not going to raise a matter with regards to the business statement, but I was actually seeking your guidance on something very important that I feel is wrong, and that is Order 71. Mr. Speaker, with your permission, I'll read Order 71 so that you can guide me. Mr. Speaker, Order 71(1) reads that every Friday, the chairperson of the business committee shall present to the House a statement on the business arrangement for the following week. And Mr. Speaker, 2 reads that where the first sitting of the meeting precedes a Friday, the statement on the business arranged for the remainder of the week, where possible, shall be presented a day for the commencement of the meeting. Mr. Speaker, Order 71(1) is clear that the business statement can only be presented on a Friday. The only scenario that Order 71 give variation on the Friday is to the effect that if it is a first meeting of a sitting. So I wanted to find out or get guidance on what basis that today is Thursday, that we are adopting or we are presenting a business statement today when our orders are clearly against it. That's the guidance I wanted to seek from you.
Honourable members, the member is seeking for my guidance regarding business statement being taken on Friday. The combined effect of the order read by the honourable member doesn't make it static. So if on Friday, State of the Nation's address is going to be taken, by which it is not possible to take the business statement on same day, there is nothing wrong taking the business statement today or on Tuesday. So on the rules that you have read, it is not static. Yes.
Yeah, Mr. Speaker, I do agree with him that there's a specific order which sets out Friday. We had this debate, somewhere last week. Go again to Order 2. Order 2. No implied restrictions. No implied restrictions. Order 2. Subject to the provisions of the Constitution and except as otherwise provided in these orders, nothing in these orders shall restrict the manner in which Parliament exercises or upholds its powers, privileges, and immunities. So when Parliament so deems it fit to change the date on which the business statement should be presented, nothing in these orders will restrict Parliament from doing that. So yes, a specific day is scheduled, but Parliament can decide that for reasons of convenience, a different date will be used for presenting business statement.
Yes. Mr. Speaker, when you read Order 71(1), it is not the use of the word shall is mentioned, that every Friday the chairperson of the business committee shall. So, Mr. Speaker, if it is the case that we are expecting the president tomorrow on the message of the State of the Nation, what prevents Parliament either before his message or after his message to take the business committee? So, Mr. Speaker, for Hansard, Parliament is a house of record, and for Hansard, that's why I need your guidance so that in future, Mr. Speaker,
Deputy Whip. You see, the shall that you are reading is not with reference to Friday, the day. The shall is in reference to the person who is to read the business statement.
Mr. Speaker,
You see-
I'm guided. I think Hansard will capture your guidance.
Yes.
So that in the near future, if it is the case that we want to Hansard capture this, and in the near future, we want to even present a business statement on Monday, nobody will actually argue on it. Mr. Speaker, it's convenient to the majority leader. So he doesn't want to apply his law properly because it's very convenient for him.
But, Honorable Habib, you've been in the House for some time. Is today the first day that business statements are being taken other than Friday? Yes, the application is to vary the order of business for us to take item numbered 9.
Speaker, there should be no objection to the taking of that business. However, just to bring to the notification of the majority leader, page 8 and page 9, items 12 and item 18 motion. They have been on this order paper for a very long time. Leader, I know you are particular about how we should do our work in this chamber. Leader, my concern is that if we are not ready, if we are not ready to take this business, it shouldn't appear on the order paper. We should be clinical as a house. You are always, for the past 3 weeks, you have this motion always advertised on the order paper. We don't take them. And now, you just advertise this business and you want to take it. So, it's a reasonable concern. Why did you advertise these ones earlier? For the past 1 month, you've been advertising them. And this one just came and you are taking this one. And this one is also advertised. The two of them, the pension scheme matter and then the Auditor General matter, and we constituted a body, a committee to work on it. Why can't we take this motion? I don't understand. I don't.
Honourable members, in the absence of any objection to the application, at commencement of public business, item numbered 9, Chairman of the committee.
Report of the Joint Committee on Finance and Economy and Development on Accelerated National Reserve Accumulation Policy 2026 to 2028.
Honourable members, report has been duly presented and they are for distribution to members. Yes.
So, Speaker, we may take the
Back
questions now.
to item numbered 8. Question. Honourable members, the minister is seated. We then pose question number 547, standing in the name of Honourable Akwesi Kwaneru, Member of Parliament for Menchia North. You have the floor.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise to ask the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources the legal mandate, institutional structure, and operational scope of bodies from the continuous destruction caused by illegal mining activities. Thank you.
Yes, Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. The mandate of the Blue Water Guard is to support the enforcement of existing mining and environmental laws by deterring illegal mining activities in and along river bodies and other water sources. The initiative operates under the supervision of the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources in collaboration with the Minerals Commission, the Forestry Commission, the Water Resource Commission, and the Environmental Protection Agency. Mr. Speaker, Article 2576 of the 1992 Constitution and Section 1 of the Minerals and Mining Act 2006 at 703 vests every mineral in its natural state in and under or upon any land in Ghana, rivers, streams, water courses throughout Ghana, the exclusive economic zone and continental shelf in the President on behalf and in trust for the people of Ghana. The Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources has the mandate to sustainably manage and utilize Ghana's lands, forests, and minerals for national development as provided for in the Minerals and Mining Policy of Ghana. The Speaker, pursuant to Section 101 of Act 703, the Minister has the mandate to generally supervise the proper and effective implementation of the provisions of the Act and its regulations. Mr. Speaker, in the exercise of this mandate and to stop the further destruction of water bodies by illegal miners, the Ministry, in collaboration with the Minerals Commission, launched the Blue Water Guide Initiative, which launched the Blue Water Initiative, which is in two parts: the dechemicalization of water bodies and the establishment of blue water guides to protect the water bodies from the devastating impact of illegal mining. The Blue Water Guards operate in collaboration with other state actors such as the Minerals Commission, the Water Resource Commission, the Ghana Navy, the Environmental Protection Agency, and the National Anti-Illegal Mining Secretariat, NIMOS. This interagency liaison is fortified by Section 15 of the Minerals Commission Act 1993 at 450 and 32D of the Environmental Protection Act 2025 Act 1124. Mr. Speaker, while the policy oversight rests with the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources, operational coordination at the local level involves the Minerals Commission working directly with the District Assembly